And, you know, I think it's just a matter of experience. And those teams that have it, they understand the tempo with which they can play before they head into the postseason action.
Here's McCollum. It's on target from the high post. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, play him to take the drive, and you're backing up. He's good enough to stop right there and pull up for the easy jumper.
Down low. Here's Capella. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Pass to Ingram. Back to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Getting their first of the season at this Pelicans team.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
CJ with great hands there, and that steal is going to lead right to that kind of transition.
Pass to Herter. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. Young looking around. It's stolen by Valanciunas. For 3, Ingram. It's rebounded by Herter. The Hawks trail by 5.
And guys, you have to admit that Brandon Ingram is only getting better as a player.
I'm raising my hand, Jay. I admit it. Do you see me? I'm raising my hand. He's committed to living up to his all-star potential, and even though he's a player that had a change of scenery in the early part of his career after being a high draft choice, that's not mattering to Brandon Ingram. Maximizing his potential does matter, and we're seeing that hard work pay off.
He's taking bad shots.
McCollum, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Bro, oh my.
And it's Capella missing. And the Pelicans with possession here. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Now, you can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage.
Oh my.
If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up. What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making. Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And the basket by McCollum.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
To the paint. Here's Capella.
Oh, nah, bro.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Offensive rebound. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Knocks down.
I'll make an adjustment.
The 3 ball. McCollum's got 15.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Now into the lineup for the Hawks. Onyeka Okadu.
Here's McCollum. 15 points in the game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Wright. Going inside. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the game.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the New Orleans Pelicans. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pelicans.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
To the inside. Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great foul.
Inside. Here's Okongwu. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly, sometimes, you know, things get chippy. And as a player, Rick, how do you handle that as when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things. And at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
The 3 from McCollum. And stolen by Wright.
There you go.
Kicks it out to Collins. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Luau. Okongwu's shot is good. Okongwu's now got 6 here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Valanciunas. 6 to shoot. And it's McCollum off the drive. And the rejection by Collins.
No.
Williamson.
So much.
And he gets it to go. Williamson's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, Zion bringing it right there, crashing the glass, and relentless energy to get the ball.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Atlanta Hawks are back. Last season, they won the Southeast Division for the first time in 6 seasons. With quality players at every position, things are starting to gel. Trae Young said, "This feels good. We just have a lot of belief in each other." Guys, they are poised to be good for a long time.
Well, they've clearly made the turn, David. Thanks. To the inside. The kick out to Wright. Pass to Okongwu. Pelicans with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Now, here's Hunter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
And he makes the first.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They lead by 4. .131 left here in the second. There's the drive. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Now Young. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. To the middle. Here's Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
I would say that Trae Young's pick and roll game is fairly advanced for a player his age. What a treat to watch.
And here's McCollum for three. Offensive rebound. Out to the right wing. Here's Ingram. Makes it off the glass.
Ingram and that body and that maturation showing off in plays just like that.
Young outside. Launches a three. Hunter with it. He had 35 points last game out. And the shot goes down.
Focused shot there and a tough one. Give Herter credit.
McCollum outside. Pass to Ingram. Hangs. Plays it up and banks it in. Ingram's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, when he gets around there, because he's so long and so quick off the floor, Brandon Ingram tough to stop.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Hawks trail by 4. And here's Young. Down low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Gordy James. 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Ingram outside. That shot off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Well, the backstory of Clint Capella is interesting, as he was only the second player, Greg, from Switzerland to make it to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, you don't think of basketball right away when you think of Switzerland, but the game has grown so much in Europe over the years. Guys like Capella, who might have gone into soccer at one point, are now gravitating towards hoops.
Just 5 on the clock. Back to Ingram. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And that's now 6 points for Brandon Ingram. To the paint. The kick out to Young. For the lead. Good on the triple. Young's got 6.
And Trae Young exploring the limits of his range in this one.
McCollum outside. Pass to Ingram. There's the triple. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Ingram's got 5 points now in the quarter. Young outside. Down low. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And the scoring is one thing, but Young's ability to set his teammates up, just as important.
And here's Ingram from the arc. And stolen by Jang. Here's Gallinari. Valanciunas grabs the board.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
McCollum outside to the middle. Here's Valanciunas, and he lays it straight in. He has 6.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And a wide-open look for McCollum. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
Both
I think I gotta start
running
trying out
perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
To the inside, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. Young outside. Back to Capella. Shoots over Ingram. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Looking back at the 2017-18 season, Clint Capella, Brent, shot an eye-popping 65% from the field. That led the NBA.
Well, a third of his baskets were dunks during that season, so I would expect the percentage to actually, Kevin, be pretty high. And a lot of those were at the hands of James Harden at the time playing in Houston, who won the MVP that year. But he has the ability to roll and to finish. He has shown soft hands, and he plays defensively. So he's a great big you can put out to complement both sides of the floor.
Well, this guy's a good perimeter guy.
To the wing right side. Pass to Williamson.
I'm surprised
New Orleans moving the ball around. He gets that one. Ingram's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans. In the corner, Collins with it.
Nice.
Sinks the triple.
He was
Not
sagging
shy
off
from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Man down, man down.
McCollum outside.
Ooh.
From downtown, Collins grabs the miss. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Right, looking around. Back to Collins.
Wow.
It's rebounded by New Orleans. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum.
Finally, you have to
Still
lead.
anybody's game as
3
we've
points,
reached the end of 3.
Gotta play it smart.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter. What is still anybody's ballgame. Pelicans trail by 3. Inside, Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
You just don't want to give away points by giving away passing lanes. McCollum right there, waiting for one, then threats to meet him.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Over Williamson. Clock at 6. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Okongwu's shot is
I'm a
good.
foul.
The big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Clint Capella, Kevin Herter,
Trying to 3 seconds.
McCollum outside. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Capella.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Young from deep three-point
I knew he
range.
thought I was going to charge. So I
An
really
absolute
was
bomb from three-point range.
That's exactly what I envisioned.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
He played good defense.
McCollum outside.
Not going nowhere. Oh, wow.
From outside the arc. And the Pelicans miss again.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And Young, here we go. And that one, good.
Must be tired at least.
And it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
Them out.
Such a precise player. When Young notices those kind of openings, he definitely is looking to attack.
Not getting past Young. He's too good.
McCollum outside. They need this. Throws it from outside.
Cannot play defense.
McCollum's got 21.
He's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
This is straight green. I think every shot of him.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
He wasn't missing.
Back to McCollum.
Taking good shots.
Jacks up a three. Again, McCollum missing.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
And that one drops. Capella's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
It's quick, too.
To the middle. Back to Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 19 points in the game.
Still
and now the
made every
defense,
shot.
full attention and antennas up. Trae Young getting warm.
Most of them from the threes, though. So I don't really shot with them much.
McCollum outside.
I'll give him that if he makes it.
Offline with his three.
But he didn't.
Well, another 10-cut moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range.
Every
this is
shot.
not a fourth quarter. He's
great.
going to want to remember.
Jumper's so good.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Looking to end the run. McCollum, no good.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance.
For Trae Young.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Come on.
Young,
you got to make that, man. Make it a perfect play.
Goes back up. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. And the Hawks lead by 21. Shoots off the step back. Again, McCollum missing. From deep three-point range, offline.
They won by like 20.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd.
I don't even know. How do you end this? What does that say? Stop.